Barbers, if you are watching this and you are struggling to get clients directly into your chair, paying you money without offering them, a free haircut, without offering them even a discount, but making them actually feel like they're getting value, this video is for you. This training I taught my students generated them over 50 to 100 clients each into their business. And for me, literally took my business from where I was when I started having zero clients all the way until I was booked out, and I'm still using this to this day. Actually, recently I just scaled my barber business back up, and I am still using this to this day. You can literally go on my Snapchat and see this, and I've never heard any, as biased as I've never heard any mentor say this. So if you are interested in scaling your barbering business and generating yourself, an extra like 5K a month into your business, strictly off of a social media platform that not many people talk about, this video is for you. So this is like a new sales floor, literally no DMs. I know I used to preach, send out, 50 DMs a day on Instagram, but with the new meta update, you can't even do that. So this is very new. This is for barbers in 2026 looking to scale their business. So this is the stories in Snapchat method that I teach my students inside my program and that I've taught myself how to do. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Let's hope that this goes, if it wants to work. All right, there we go. Okay, so stories. Let me make this a little smaller. So stories are your sales floor. So what do I mean by this? So the DMs are literally capped now. Like you cannot send like one of my students. So we have what some people call guerrilla marketing. I just call it free blends marketing. When what you basically do, and I even did it for my coaching business, you just send DMs to strangers pretty much. So not really strangers. I would have my students send DMs on Instagram to their clients' boys. So basically being like, yo, say it's like their client's name's John, whatever. They go into John's Instagram, click on his followers, they go into their followers and just DM those people, be like, yo, what's going on? I cut up your boy John actually, and you have similar hair. I was wondering if you were interested in a haircut. I can even throw in a free, but it doesn't have to be free. So I'd be like a free hot towel that's already included in the service, maybe free styling that's already included in the service, or a free consultation, going through, what you like, what you don't like. I have spots available, this week. I'm pretty booked out, but I can make room for you, kind of creating that demand. And then I would send that out to a bunch of people. But now you can't even do that. So what we do is a good story is a mini consultation running all day. So if you're seen daily, you get booked individually. So silent watchers like on your Snapchat, like for me, bro, I don't even know how many friends now. I just add a lot of people. And I probably have like over 5,000 friends, probably even over 10,000. I have like 10,000, what are they called, Snapchat followers. I don't know what that really means, but I have a lot of people viewing my story. So I didn't use that for the longest time, but now I started using it. And I learned that if I post consistently, sometimes I'm not consistent because I don't really like pay attention to my barbering business as much as I used to, but I'm starting to get back into it. So, yeah, people watch quietly for weeks and then they book. So if you stay in front of these people daily, maybe they don't book off the first story, but if they see your work, it's fire consistently, then they're going to end up booking. Because now Instagram DMs are a no-go. They're blocked. But if you actually use, Snapchat, you can add a lot of people still. You can talk to a lot of people still. You can post a lot still. And nobody really does it. I don't really ever see barbers doing it. So, next part. This is part one. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back for you guys. I'm jumping ahead. All right. So yeah, stories are all right. Next part. So the daily. So the 3 story types I post on Snapchat, and that I even have. Can go for Instagram too. Is first post your cuts 3 times 3 times 3. And what do I mean by this? So 3 different clients on 3 different platforms 3 times a day. So that's Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever you do, post on 3 different platforms minimum a day. And it's proof. So you're posting literally a before and after every day. I like to call it, instead of before and after, problem solution. So you're showing your client's problem, and then you're showing how do you solve that problem, and you're posting that 3 times a day on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat is very important. And what are we posting? We're just posting the haircut. I like to post just the haircut, but what you can do on Instagram and TikTok, what I like to do is I would be like, client came in with X, Y, and Z problem, and then boom, the next one. So I solved by doing this on the after, and then you add a CTA to show your booking link, being like, click here to make an appointment, and then booking link. Simple. On Snapchat, it's a little different. What I like to do is you don't have to post problem solution as much on Snapchat, but it does still do good. So post problem solution, and then what are you doing after that? You're making sure you're putting your location. So on like the first one where it's the before picture, or even the after. So say you're posting the before, and it's like a client came in with X, Y, and Z problem. The next one, so I saw it with X, Y, and Z, and then you can put whatever location, but like New York City with the little pin emoji, swipe up, and then from there people are gonna swipe up. Next thing is visual stories. So this is just kind of showing that you're a real person, and these really are good for just mainly for Instagram. And Instagram's like really like personable, like between me and you. So you're posting on Instagram, you going to the gym, you at the barber shop, like kind of just behind the scenes things to show like people that you're not just a barber, but you're a real person too. And that's what like people like. They like the human interaction. So much stuff nowadays online, like even me and you're not really here with me. Next thing is face-to-face CTAs 3 times a week. What do I mean by this? So a face-to-face CTA, I can literally do one for you guys right now. So pay attention, pay notes. Here we go. Let me just think something. You can be like, so first you kind of want to start with a hook. So you can be like, if you were looking to get a haircut this week, I only have 3 spots available, and I'm actually doing a small little promo for the first. Or you kind of want to throw something in there. So you can be like, if you were hoping on getting a haircut this weekend, or not everyone wants, a haircut, so you can be like, if you need a haircut, I only have about 5 spots left this week, and I'm looking for people who are serious. So if you want a haircut, you want me to fix your problem, just DM me and I'll send you the booking link so we can see each other soon. Something simple like that, where you're like, yo, what's going on, guys? I only have 5 spots left this week. So if you were hoping to kind of get a haircut, or you need one, I only have 5 spots left, and I'm giving it out to these people who are viewing this. So DM me the word cut, and I'll get in contact with you. Kind of going through the DMs to fill up spots quicker, because sometimes people don't like to click the booking link. People are lazy. So if you do it for them, that's already kind of like showing that you're kind of offering them a little service, because you're doing it for them. So those are like the 3 main stories that we were posting. So post your cuts, visual stories, and then face-to-face CTAs. Let's go to the next thing. So next thing is how to run face-to-face CTA. This is what I kind of did. 1 message, 1 ask, under 30 seconds. So face-to-face at the camera, talk like you're in the chair. So just, again, be like, what's going on? I know you probably need a haircut. I only have, like 5 spots left this week, and I'd hate for you to miss out on getting blessed up. So if you want to book, the link is right here. But if you want me to do it for you, just DM me and I'll book you personally. Boom. And then you send them to somewhere that isn't the DMs. So you can either send them to Snapchat, adding you there, or the booking link. But the DMs is very important. But now that Meta's kind of, going against DMs, you can just send them to the booking link as well. Next one. So yeah, IG DMs are capped, Snapchat isn't. So here are the 3 steps for what I like to call the Snapchat method. So add everybody. So Snapchat, the way it works is it adds people locally. So say you add 50 people, and those 50 people have each 1 friend. That's another 50 people is going to recommend you that are already in the same location as those previous 50 people. So it's just going to kind of create like an ecosystem where it keeps going around and around of local people. Maybe, and then like eventually, like you can see for me here, let me go on my Snapchat. So like at first, it probably just started like right here. You see like this is a lot of people, but it probably just started around where my screen is. But the more I zoom out, the more people you see, because that circle just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You can see how much people I have just on SnapMap. So I used to abuse this. So your minimum 30 people a day, but I shoot for 50 because that's like the most it allows you to add before it starts saying like you've added too many people for the day, X, Y, and Z. So like every ad and why it works again. So every ad that sees your story every day, that's like a free audience that Instagram literally cannot cap. Meta has been on butt lately. They've been kind of hurting. They hurted my coaching business. They banned one of my students' accounts. So Meta has been kind of going tension, but Snapchat doesn't. So and then this is what we are posting on Snapchat. So problem, solution, stories, plus your location again. So you show the problem, and then you show the solution with the location. So post the problem, and then you post the fix. That's the mini consultation. Then you drop your location on the story, so they need to know that you're close. Once they realize, oh shoot, he just blessed them up, and he's in my city, and he's in my state. That's what gets people to actually swipe up. They're like, all right, maybe I like he's on Snapchat, bro. I can literally like text this guy. Like my barber hasn't been answering for 2 weeks. I just have to click his link. I can actually text this guy, and then that's kind of what gets the booking thing going. And then you run it daily, same as Instagram. Snapchat is again kind of your storefront, same social media platform, reaching new people daily. And then you make the deal. So this is like not really a Snapchat method. It kind of put it in here, but this is something I just ran. Like I was not cutting hair for months and months, but then I was like, you know what, bro? I could use some extra money, as I always can. And with cutting hair, bro, making like 10K a month, that's paying more than my bills and having some extra money to pocket. So I was like, all right, it's summertime. I'm not in school anymore. I finally, quote unquote, mini dropped out a little bit in my life. Doing online school now. I have a little bit extra time. Let's cut hair. Let's see how much money we can make, and let's go from there. So what did I do? The first thing I did, people try to start from scratch. I did not start from scratch. I started from what I already built up the previous year. So on many booking sites, for mine, I use Goldie. I can show you guys again here. Let me make my screen a little bigger. So on mine, we have what we call, it's like Booksy marketing. So, there's a bunch of different things. There's AI marketer, there's discounts, there's mass messages, loyalty program, social posts, and dynamic pricing. There's a bunch of different things. What I did is you go on mass messages and you can type out a personalized message and it sends it from a different number. So what I did is I went on there and I was like, I sent 2 different messages. Or I sent 3 different messages. First message I sent was, haven't seen you in a while. I was like, haven't seen you in a while. I know you probably need a haircut. Text my number and we'll get you locked in. That's the first message. Second message I sent out again was, it's probably I up my prices a bunch. A lot of these guys, it's old clients, essentially over 1,000 clients. So next message I sent was like, it's probably the pricing. What I can do is if you add me on Snapchat and you post me, I'll give you a discount or a free haircut. But the catch there is you don't give them a free haircut. You just say you give them like a discount, and what you can kind of do, there's 2 different ways about it. Some guys really rock with them, give them $5, $10 off. It's not really hurting you, getting them back in your chair, paying you a lot of money every single month. Or the other thing you can do is kind of just act like they're getting a free service again with that hot towel, with the styling, etc. And then next thing I'm posting is after that, you can just do a follow-up message checking in, haven't heard from you. A lot of the guys you have heard from them, but the ones that haven't, I sent it to all of them. So you like, haven't heard back from you yet. It's your last chance. Just text me, and then you can put your number, booking link, whatever, and you can send that to every single client that you've ever had. So that's what I do. One blast in the booking system, every past client, and it's capped by nobody. Again, everyone's getting a notification straight to their phone, seeing it sent by you. You're in their mind. You refresh in their mind. They're seeing you on Snapchat on top of that, seeing you on Instagram on top of that. You're going to be in their mind on like, why did I even leave this barber in the first place? Okay, so that's the Snapchat method. Next thing is another way to kind of get more clients, rebooking before, not really get new clients, but retention. So rebook before they leave the chair. So first, never let a client walk out without their next appointment locked in, because that's just a client you're losing out on. They could go find another barber that's cheaper, that they see on Instagram that's better, or might not even be better, but its marketing is better than yours. So how do we fix that? First of all, fix your marketing. You can hit me up. We work on that with barbers all the time. Next thing is just, bro, getting them locked in. So after the cut, just be like, yo, your haircut looks great, bro. What do you think about it? Like, bro, you got me right. Like, appreciate you, bro. I could lock your next spot right now if you need it. It'd be probably easier for me and easier for you. And then you're just like, boom, lock them in. And book them while they're in front of you, not, just text me later, because that, life happens. And yeah, again, a rebook client is literally a client that nobody can steal from you. Next thing, So turn every client into an ad. This is pretty simple. Every client of you, this is why you want to deliver a good service. Because even with me, like with my coaching business, with me, helping barbers, if I actually scale a barbering business, like this is why I'm passionate about it. Because if I actually help a barber and help them scale their business, help them hit their goals, deliver them a good service, not only can I potentially, work with them more, kind of upsell them, being like, all right, I know you love, just the coaching one on one, but what I can do is I can actually, whatever, just give them some extra and have them pay me a retainer to keep working with them, or they can refer me. Same thing goes for you. What you can do is every client is a walking billboard. So not only are your clients, going to the cafe, going to Walmart, going to haircut, going to basketball practice, going to football practice, going to work, whatever it is. At work in Walmart and basketball practice and football, all these things, there's so much other people. So there's like 50 people. You cut 5 clients. That's 5 times 50. Do the math yourself. That's a lot of people seeing your haircut. So if you have them, and next thing, so after that, that's already another like kind of word of mouth. A lot of people seeing your haircut. Deliver good service. Next thing is if they get a fresh cut, ask them to post it in the shop and tag you before they leave. So not only are you rebooking them now, you're also getting them to post it on their story. Say their story gets 300 people. You're cutting 5 through the math. 5 times 300. It's 1,500. So if you're getting 1,500 people to see your haircut, and it's not from you, it's unbiased, it's by your client, they're vouching for you. If you're doing this every day, cutting minimum 5 a day, 25 a week, just do the math. That's a lot of new people that haven't seen it, seeing your haircut every single day. Their whole circle sees your work. It's free reach in every single client. All right, next thing. This is a straight sauce. Let me go back one, we're almost done. Last thing. So yeah, this is like every possibility. So this is what I kind of ran for my students. This is how we scale their business, and this is sauce. If you're not applying this, then you're missing out. So 1 reel a day, every 90 days. This is what I tell my students to do. And one thing I realized with my students is like this training that I'm kind of showing you now is what I gave to some of my lazy students because they're lazy. So if you're lazy, this is great for you. But what I've learned is like I can't just like I tried to throw them more work and they weren't doing it. They weren't doing any of it. But now if I just throw them these 8 things to do every day, they're probably going to be consistent. And if you're consistent doing less every day, you're going to see results faster than the person, sometimes like me, bro, who tries to get so much done every day and then gets burnt out. And that's what happens with me. And I realized and I experienced it. So if you're posting 1 reel a day, every 90 days, adding 30 to 50 people every day, minimum, you're doing the deal blast on your booking system, maybe once a week, maybe once a month. You're posting your clients. You're having your client post you, tags you in the shop. You're posting your daily 3x3x3 stories, 3 stories, 3 different clients, 3 different platforms. You're posting problem solution plus location. You're rebooking every client. You're posting your CTAs with your Snapchat or booking link. You're gonna see results, bro, if you do this every single day for 90 days, I promise you. So with all that being said, there's no DMs, there's no excuses anymore. I made excuse, bro. I was in the DMs, I was using it for a good lead source, and now good client source, good student source, and now it's capped. So we have to adapt, and this is why I dropped this for you guys. So with all that being said, last thing before this, I always gotta add my CTA. I have my free community that goes over this, but in depth, like how to film a video, how to run a video, what's a hook, how to retention systems, pricing, how to scale your business, and when to know how to up your price. Everything you need to know to scale to 10K per month as a barber is in my free community for completely free. The link is in my bio. Next thing, if you are interested with working with me one-on-one, you like anything I just given you for free and you want to see what happens if I pay this guy, what happens if I invest into my business. I've never invested before. Does it work? Does it not work? You'll find out. I guarantee you. If you actually apply it, I have a guarantee. If you apply the work and it doesn't work, I give you a refund. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, trying to scale your business fast as possible, because you could scale your business, in a year, getting there yourself, kind of relying off what I drop for free. But if you want to take that shortcut, you want to get there in 3 months, 6 months or less time, you can text me on Instagram, comment the word mentorship, and I'll be reaching out to you. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it.